Hi, welcome to A Sweeps Life with us here at Chimney Bear. Today we have the owner of Chimney Bear, Andre, with us. We also have the wonderful production team, Ben, with us.
The all-in-one.
The all-in-one.
Inclusive.
One size fits everything. And myself, Samantha, who I'm not sure exactly what I do, but I do things. And then things happen. So our goal here on A Sweeps Life is to not only provide you with super duper fun information regarding our profession and the things going on in it, but also to maybe help you learn, grow, and answer questions that you may have from people who have been in the industry for a while and have survived the craziness of COVID and are currently riding the roller coaster of is it or is it not a recession year. We also do have a small session on business information as well as a cooking show that allows you, because I'm sure Andre will tell you, what does your lunch normally consist of?
What lunch are you talking about?
What's normally in your
bars,
lunch box?
Whatever I can find in the cupboard. Some nuts, some chocolate bars, some candy.
Every once in a while, a shake or whatever is on the counter for you, right? When was the last time you made yourself a sandwich?
Wow, that's been a really long time. I don't even remember. It's been
20 before pre-COVID.
It might have been last year.
2021.
I was there for that.
Were you there for that sandwich?
I was there for that last sandwich.
And what was it made of?
It was very, very European.
Oh, that's right. It had this. What was that? The liver paste. Right.
Head cheese.
Right.
No, we didn't do head cheese. Liver paste. Yes.
So anyway, this cooking show will give you some ideas on what to take for your lunch over multiple days. And hopefully you'll be smarter than the crew here at Chimney Bear and actually take the microwave with you to the job site when you're, replacing people's liners or rebuilding their chimneys so you can actually have a hot lunch. And we are also probably going to provide a shit ton of information about a whole bunch of things. So anyway, come back and see us once a week, and hopefully you'll have questions that we can answer and help. Sorry, I'm online shopping, multitasking at the same time. So today we decided to, because it seems to be the way of the spring where everyone is buying or selling houses, and I don't know about the rest of the states, but here in Illinois, home inspectors tend to not look inside chimneys, which is great for us because then we get to do it. But they also don't advise their clients that they should have their chimneys checked out. So recently we've been receiving a lot of phone calls with people who have recently purchased homes or in the process of purchasing a home. And they either are calling because they're looking for free estimates in free estimate season, or they are wanting us to come and sweep it because that's what the home inspector said and they never had it inspected. So we just figured this would be a good topic for podcast number 1.
Yeah, definitely a good place to start because we're constantly breaking people's hearts, hopes, and dreams of anything.
The shattering.
Yeah, it's probably a call that happens way too often.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's important. Like, coming from someone that recently purchased a home, like, there's a shit ton of stuff that's involved in it, and my mentality now is leave everything to the professionals. Like, it's easier.
I agree.
It's unfortunate that home inspector mislead the customer that it just needs to be swept. That they don't stress the importance that action needs to be inspected by a professional, and I think that's where the big issue comes.
But do you think it's because they don't know? I mean, you're a home inspector,
Yes.
So did they teach this to you in your home inspection class?
Yeah, in the classes that I took, they did say about chimneys or any other aspect of the inspection that you do, that you do need to recommend a professional to get it looked at. So they should know this.
Like looked at, like as in, hi, there's your fireplace, there's your chimney, or like as in it needs to be inspected to make sure that it is fire safe, carbon monoxide safe, and there's no water intrusion.
Well, it needs to be inspected properly, like you said, by a qualified professional. That's how they should be recommending it. A qualified professional is somebody who's certified, either with a
Yes, but
guild
that's
or
a
this.
loose term in our industry because everyone thinks that they're qualified to do things, and not all chimney companies are created equally, nor do all certified companies perform the same inspections.
That's true. Unfortunately, it is. Uh, but you have a higher chance of getting it checked out properly if you do go with a certified company versus just a regular chimney company who is going to be there maybe just to sweep.
Yeah, I mean, not just that. I mean, literally just doing your basic research. I mean, we even get calls all the time of people like, oh, I looked up some companies and they had horrible reviews, so I'm not going with them. So I'm going to go with the company that has better reviews, a better reputation, checking out the company's website, making sure if they don't have a working website or there's only like one picture, like.
Or it's the same picture that's on 5 other chimney companies' websites.
Yeah, it's like, you have to be smart when you're looking into that and just research.
So, like, I know for us, for example, obviously we're certified with the National Chimney Guild. Props, friends, props. And we use that to like solidify our position because we have been educated and trained on the standards of a proper level 1, 1.5, 2, whatever people are calling it these days, inspection. And when we come into somebody's home, not only do we get up on the roof or access it with drones, we also use different camera systems. We've used ShimScan, SnapLock, and then we recently just got Inspection Fire's camera.
Yeah, with the GoPro.
The GoPro, yeah. So we have kind of run the gambit. Have you tried the Inspection Fire camera yet?
No.
No, because we just got it at the convention.
Because I did not bring the battery when I.
That's true. And those spiky things that go in there, they're pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
those are
that
whatever
situation.
They're in there. They're to go
the twine for the edging lawn material. I don't know.
You can trim your grass with your Inspection Fire camera housing,
multi-purpose.
But I still have to say props to his son for inventing that at 12 years old. Yeah, so you can't.
That thing's cool.
That is cool. It was smart. But we haven't used it yet. So sorry, Inspection Fire. But when we do, we'll let everyone know what we think of that situation.
Did they call us to ask about it? I said sorry, we haven't had a chance.
Did they?
Yeah, they did last week.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
But the whole reason to use the camera is because that's the only way you can see up inside your chimney structure. And that's the only way that we can honestly tell people whether their fireplace is safe to use.
Yeah, I mean, it's a must. I mean, I remember back in the day when we started without a camera, and we went back to some of those customers afterwards, after we performed the inspection without the camera back in the day. And now we have to tell the customers, like, well, your stuff is all messed up, and here's a picture proof of it. And most people don't understand it because they're like, hey, you got better technology, you can actually see exactly what's going on inside the chimney.
I always jokingly tell people that the only way to see in there is with the camera until we get x-ray vision, that we can just see behind walls and stuff. But
I guess if you have a child, you could send them up inside to take pictures.
We've come a long ways from that.
Child labor still a thing some places, I'm sure.
They've changed.
But not here. Not here at Chimney Bear or in America. FYI, we don't do that. I don't think. We don't shove children up a chimney, even though Mary Poppins said it was okay. Wow. We met her. We met Miss Mary Poppins in Disney World at Epcot, and Andre made us come back a second day because she wasn't where she was supposed to be on the Disney app. But let me tell you, we found her.
Listen,
3 children's meltdown later, but we got her.
If you're sweeping or visiting Disney, it's a must. You gotta see her.
Yes, there's photographic evidence.
There is. That's true. We were there, and if we were on video right now, we could insert it, but we're not.
Or we might be able to insert her. That could be our cover for this podcast. There you go. We're making this up as we go.
I don't know. Well, I think you can insert the photo of you and her, but but she did give us permission to post that picture on our social media. So we did ask Mary, and Mary said yes.
This
Yes.
might be our cover for this video. Coming soon. We're still figuring it all out.
Whatever.
So,
you know, anyway, after inspection, then you're able to provide them with the information that they need. Now, hopefully this would be done pre end of the inspection period during a real estate transaction so that you may have a chance to get some cash out of the seller's credit. I mean, I will say that in our experience, some people who sell their homes are aware that their fireplaces and chimneys are damaged, and they don't disclose this information. And we only know this because we've had the buyers contact us through our marketing to come in and do a sweep and inspection. And, they've told us their little horror stories. But at the same time, you also have to remember that in our industry, we always want to make sure that we are confidential with our customers' information. So just because the seller may truly not have known that anything was wrong, because as we all know, most people can't even tell you where their chimney's located. So they don't even know if it should be cleaned.
Or what a fireplace is, or where their damper is,
or how to turn it on.
If it's gas or wood, or
Yeah.
What about the customer we just finished the other day? I spoke with that customer for multiple months, till we got the project done, about her chimney not being safe, her fireplace, and we ended up coming out and just doing the masonry rebuild up on top because she wanted to take care of the water issue. And when I was leaving the project after she paid for us, she was kind of excited to use the fireplace, and it was just a shocker to me that I've told her so many times that is not safe to use, and her fireplace was in a really bad shape, and I had to do it again after we finished the project just the other day.
But you did hand her the charred pieces of wood, so hopefully that's enough to convince her husband.
I hope so now. Yeah. I mean, I guess you need that physical evidence there.
Yeah, some people require it.
Well, yeah, seeing is believing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Seeing is believing. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe the guild should do some type of a campaign to work with like InterNACHI, right? That's home inspection. And also then you have the realtor associations. And yes, it has to be said realtor, because if you don't, then it's quite offensive to us realtors.
Yes.
So generally, maybe they should all kind of get together and have a conversation. We also spoke with our insurance agent, who just happens to be a State Farm agent. And by the way, people, if you are looking for insurance, you may want to contact your local State Farm agent, or you can message us and I can give you ours because he's fantastic. But he was saying that, insurance companies, they don't require people to do maintenance like this on their fireplaces and their chimneys. And until there is actually some type of an issue, then the investigation starts. Whereas if your homeowners that you're doing these inspections for, if you're coming in yearly, they have a paper trail. So even when they sell the home, they can say look, they came out, they inspected it. This must just be a new recent problem. I truly didn't know that this was a situation.
For sure, I remember back in the day when we used to inspect the chimneys, and I would tell people when I was leaving, I said, your fireplace is not safe to use. And then when I would follow up with them, they say, over the phone, they would tell me a week later or a few days later, it's what do you mean it's unsafe? And
yeah,
and it just boggles my mind is that I just talked to you the other day, face to face, and told you to not use a fireplace, and they just didn't understand. This is why in our inspection report we used to write fire hazard, and we would write in capital letters to maybe people just receive too much.
Well, this is why we ask them to sign it now, so that that regardless of whether they're listening to you or not, there's a signature that releases us from that. We don't want to be harmful against them, really. But so that is, in my opinion, why it's super important to educate people and, talk to the customers that are calling you about that, to say hey, did you have this done? You should really get this done. And here's another thing too. A lot of times when people call us, we can't help them because we don't have appointments, right? But we insure, what do you always say to them? Like make.
Well, sometimes we
Apparently, he says nothing.
I say
He says
I say
nothing.
absolutely
No.
nothing.
extend the period.
No,
inspection
like
period,
yeah,
if you can.
we either say to them, "Hey, if we can't come out, like you find somebody who can come out in the necessary period of time, but make sure that they get up on your roof and they do a camera inspection for you."
Yeah, I mean, we are honest always with people, and we're like, hey, just. I even tell people, I'm like, hey, we've heard horror stories of fake companies out there, and I'm not trying to get them to go with us. I'm just trying to make sure they're educated and they know what the heck. Like, once again, it comes back down to like, do your research, like. Be knowledgeable, be smart, and like when you do have a professional telling you stuff, like it's not safe, you should probably take note.
Well, this is where the education comes
You
in.
know.
Like there's just people just don't understand. People just don't know. And like here in Chicagoland, certain areas, certain cities, villages, towns, whatever they want are called at this point, they also require certain of them, like for example, Olympia Fields, Park Forest, University Park, those places, they require you to have a chimney inspection completed prior to the sale. It's part of the package, and that's the only way that they'll allow the transfer of the property. And they put it on the owner of the property, the seller, unless the seller is as is, to get this fixed or to provide the seller's credit. But they will not transfer the property. They will not let you have residency. Yeah. But in other places, they don't care about all that. So
Yeah, it's weird. Like there should be more like state at least standard at least like starting there. I mean, it's probably different in other states, but
well, people don't understand it. Like
yeah.
not even the city village inspectors really know what's going on, and that's why they really depend on professional people to come in and say like yes or no to it being safe or unsafe. And I do understand like Olympia Fields is a good example because they do, and Country Club Hills, I think they do require a certified chimney company. But again, not all certification are created equal.
Not all the companies are certified are created equal.
Correct.
Well, yeah, there's too
Some
many.
of them use it for marketing reasons to kind of say, hey, here's our credentials.
No, come on.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, well. I mean, this is just our opinion, folks. You're in our industry as well, and I'm sure you all have similar stories to ours. But does anyone have any questions?
Are we taking live questions? No,
I wish we would. I wish we
No,
could.
look at the comments.
No, but if you have questions regarding
Why
this,
you guys so quiet?
you could leave this
Yeah,
in the
we're
comments, and we'll happily try and answer some of your questions in the next podcast, which hopefully one day we'll have video attached to it.
Yeah, coming soon.
Let's figure out the audio
Coming
first.
soon to a podcast near you.
Figure out the audio, then figure out the video, then figure out the people to listen to the podcast.
And then we're gonna figure out who's actually listening. Yeah.
There's one. You'll listen.
one.
Make.
Well, I will have to listen to this in production for like several
There you go, we
times,
got
so
number
at
one.
least we got one listening.
We have friends that will for sure listen.
Yeah.
We have people we can
That
force
one.
to listen.
That one friend.
Don't worry, everyone. This is not a paid sponsorship podcast. If you want to sponsor it, feel free to click subscribe and link, and we'll send you our bank details if you want.
You can. What do they call them? GoFundMe.
You could go fund us.
You can start an OnlyFans with your feet to support us. We will, or with your. Ooh, that'd be a good OnlyFans. Think about that with a dirty chimney brush and like it's just like somebody should start this. See, one of you
You gotta
people
be
that have
careful.
nothing to do. What are they? The ASMR.
ASMR.
Yeah, but just imagine if you had like a microphone on the chimney brush and you were just like
See,
going
we
up and down the
definitely need
chimney.
Video right now because there's like a lot of content that you guys are missing out.
There's
But
a
just
lot of
imagine
hand
all the-
gestures
there's
and such.
gestures
But
and
that
hand
is a
things
see,
and-
I am an idea factory, friend. So some of you
So-
take this and run with it.
Run with it. We just asked for 5%. That's it.
No, I asked for
Okay.
nothing. So Andre, last final thoughts on getting a pre-sale inspection.
You have to do it. You have to do it with the camera and get up on the roof.
The bear says do it. Production?
The Ben says, get
Ben.
your shit together and
Mm.
do your research. There's a lot involved in buying a house. I know, and it's annoying and it's not fun, but yeah, just go with the professionals.
The doer of the things, which is me, I I would really, really hope that anyone listening that's in our industry would advise people to get it inspected, explain the pros of the inspection, and then, maybe they will understand you more when you tell them about the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that it's going to cost them to make it safe to use if it's in that bad of shape. Because that is generally where the decision can be made from. Because trust me, we've been there. They don't like those bills.
Nope.
They get
Nobody does.
mad. Sometimes they get really mad when they should be really mad at their home inspector, not at us.
Should be mad at themselves for not getting this checked out in time.
Nah, they don't know. They should be mad at their realtor.
Everyone
Actually,
just
yes,
needs to be
realtors.
happy.
The
It's the root of
realtor,
the
the
problem.
realtors are the problems. They need to advise appropriately, which again comes back to the National Chimney Guild to partner with these people. And should you need someone to do that, I can help you. But I think that there should be some type of educational explosion happening out to our partner communities like the realtors and home inspectors, and work together to educate so that people are happy, healthy in their homes. And on that note, we will say adios, goodbye.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
coming.
joining us.
Strats
and see you
Wojtia.
next time.